There's no easy way out. I just wanna know there's no easy way out. No easy way out. I'm not asking for another chance.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the No Easy Way Out podcast. My name is Tony Nash, and we are coming to you as always from the Woodworth building in beautiful downtown Owasso, home to my company AZ Branding Solutions, where we help grow your brand from A to Z. So I'm excited about our guest today. I want to introduce you to someone that maybe you have or haven't met yet. They're kind of new to our area, but that is Mr. and Mrs. Paulette and Curt Darling.
Darling.
I thought it was Darling, but I just want to make sure I said it right. Well, welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We're excited to get to know you guys a little bit, and we'll talk about how you ended up in Michigan, West Coasters. But before we do that, why don't one of you or both of you tell our audience a little bit about yourselves?
Well, basically, we own Eventz2U. We bring a lot of social events to the community to try to uplift people, and we are new to the area, like you said. And tell them you're proud and joy.
And then I'm Curt Darling, and proud sponsor of the Strawberry Festival that we just held here.
Yeah, the fairgrounds.
Right.
Yeah. And how did that go?
It went well. We actually have a 2-day this next year, Father's Day weekend. It's going to be awesome. We have two bands. One, Tom Petty, tribute to Tom Petty,
Right.
called Petty Thieves. And then
That's a great
Sunday
name.
we have the tribute to the Beatles, Shout. So we're going to have some good bands, some good people. And we have a little twist with a he shed and she shed going on. So we have a little
yeah.
bit of stuff for dad and a little bit of stuff for mom. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. Lots of strawberries this time. Lots of strawberries.
And possibly a train ride. We're trying to get the Train Institute to go to Duran and bus the people over. So
Oh, very
we're
cool.
looking for maybe a wine and beer train or a bridge train.
Well, the SRI is a good place to go for that, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, they got some good
Greg's
people
awesome.
over there.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm sure that if people want to follow along with how they can get information about the Strawberry Fest and the different events you're doing, do they follow you on Facebook, website? Where do we follow
We
you?
have both. We have a website, Eventz2U, events with the Z, number 2 and a U, .com. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you guys are recent implants,
Yes.
right? All the way from the West Coast. Tell us what brought you from California and what you guys did there and what brought you to Michigan.
Well, I worked for the Housing Authority in California, and Curt's retired, who's a landscaper, owns his own business, and we got married on Valentine's Day. His best friend of
That's easy to
25
remember.
years. Yeah.
That was smart, Curt. That's smart. Now you don't
Otherwise-
have to celebrate two different holidays, just anniversary and Valentine's Day all in one.
All in one.
One gift.
Hey,
Smart
wait a
man.
minute.
Just a smart man, yeah. He knew what he was doing.
So his best friend of 25 years, well, more than that, lives in Sturgis, Michigan, and he has a church in Litchfield.
Very cool.
And he basically made a pact with him if he ever got married again, and he'd marry him. So we flew to Michigan, and we stayed a week and fell in love with Michigan. Between the birds and the fireflies and just everything about it.
Yeah.
Nature.
Well, I like it.
Yeah, no bars on the windows. People don't even have fences really around their yards. It's
Yeah.
very neighborly community, very welcoming. And,
What do you think are the biggest differences that you've noticed? So you guys been here for 14 months, you said?
Yes.
What are the biggest differences you've noticed between hold on, where in California were you guys?
Sacramento.
Sacramento, I think you just said that actually. So what are the biggest differences between California and Michigan that you've noticed so far?
Weather.
Weather for sure.
The homeless.
Yeah.
The homeless is a
Yeah.
very big deal. I mean, there's no rights there. I mean, they camp out in your yard and everything. There's homeless everywhere, tents everywhere. People, it seems like there's more people out on the streets than there are that have homes. I mean, it's really, really, really bad.
Plus fresh air.
Yeah, fresh air
Yes.
We can breathe real air
I
now.
love the air here in Michigan. Yeah, if you ever get north of Clare, which I'm sure you guys have, but everything north of Clare, that's what pure Michigan is. I mean, that's the only place really in the world that I've been where I can just fully unplug, relax. The air is just better up there. It's just especially in the summertime, it's incredible. So let's talk a little bit about Eventz2U. All right, how long have you guys been running that business?
Well, we've been doing events without each other for about 11, 12 years. I had a business. I get plugged into a lot of different things. So I had a business going on with events. It was Darling Events in California, and we did a lot of things for the Historical Society and Strawberry Festival out there for about 10 years. And we've just always, I'm a vendor, so I think it's important that the vendors get what they
You
deserve.
understand the language?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And, it's not just about gouging, getting money for the vendors. It's about being successful and making sure that they make what they need.
They have a great event, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
No, that's a great perspective to
Yeah,
have.
absolutely.
I think that's something that gets overlooked a lot of time at events. People get vendors to come, and they don't think about how is the vendor going to have a great event as well, just like the people coming, because obviously having good vendors really helps the event go.
It does.
You
Advertisement.
want them to come back year after year.
Right. We have a couple things in the works now. We have one in Clio, Place for Veterans. Actually bought a elementary school out there, LeCure Elementary School, and they're doing a big welcoming, like a kind of an open house, and we're running all of that. In fact, I'm running all of his events. So we'll be doing that September 23rd, and then November 18th we got a contract with Frankenmuth, so we're doing an event out there, which is going to be really nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So you have a unique name because it's Events with a Z.
Yes.
And then it's the number 2 and the letter U.
Yes.
So how did you come up with the name? Give us the science behind the name and the brand.
Well, I don't think the science was just events. I wanted people to remember it.
Yeah.
And I thought, with a Z is kind of like, events is with the S,
We have a Z in our name. I understand.
Yeah, with the Z, it just events. It just kind of, and then to you is like we're bringing it to you.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, it's not what you do for me, it's what I can do for you. And, Eventz2U. And we actually are, prematurely speaking, I've already put in for a nonprofit, Events for Change.
Okay.
So I just got granted that, just kind of waiting for paperwork to go through.
Very
So
cool.
I'm really trying to do a lot with the youth here and do different things. So we have a lot coming.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, we have some cool shirts that we're working on for you guys right
Yes.
now. Can't wait to show those to you guys. So, you guys are hosting your own events. You're not necessarily running events for other people. You're creating events that you guys have ideas for, and you're kind of hosting these events, getting the vendors, inviting people. Do you do any kind of assisting in like events that are already happening? If somebody's running an event and they need someone to help, is that a service that you guys offer, or is it more just kind of hosting your own events?
No, I absolutely would offer it. I have a newsletter that I'll be doing. Hopefully, it'll be a form of magazine in the future. But Vendor Vibes, and I think it's important that people know the difference between someone frauding. There's a lot going on in the industry right now, so it's
Sure.
just education's kind of the main thing. So yeah, I would definitely help out people if whatever they need to be successful.
Yeah.
It's not about money. My time's valuable, but it's about making sure that we have the right things in place.
Yeah, I mean, people don't realize, I think, a lot of times what goes into really pulling off a successful event. There are a lot of moving parts, and especially when you're a detail person and you have a lot of different things. So, consulting with somebody who's been through it, knows, maybe did a bunch of things wrong, so they learned already, and going through that process, I think it's helped. What do you guys love most about this kind of career that you guys have chosen? What do you love most about it?
The people.
Yeah.
Community,
That's
people?
funny,
It's pretty
yeah.
much the same answer, yeah.
Yeah.
Just getting to know new people.
That and, get in touch with the people that want to make a difference. I think
Yeah.
that's important. There's a lot of us. We're just kind of hidden,
What are some of the things you've noticed so far about the community of Owasso? Some things that have stood out to you.
They're very receptive to what we're trying to do.
Supportive.
Right.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really is a supportive community. You have the
It is.
naysayers, but they're really not that many. Sometimes they're just the loudest, but there's not that many. There's a lot of people here that will support you, and we're doing this big thing, this review rally right now, where we're encouraging people to write reviews for local businesses, and it's been incredible to see the response of how many people have just said, I'll go write some reviews, and it's really cool to be a part of a community like that. So, what are some things that are going on today with Eventz2U that you want the community to know about?
Well, I think I've mentioned a few of the events that we have and the growth. I don't stop. I just want to be the best that I can be and make sure that people have what they need. So
We're
Love that.
really promoting this year's Strawberry Festival. Give you a little background about me. I was born and raised in a small town of Florin, which used to be the strawberry capital of the world.
Joe. Okay.
So now, over time, obviously, that was in the early 1900s, and things have changed. So, everybody told me the Michigan strawberry is the best. Well, the Jewel is the best.
Yeah.
I want that title here now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take it away from California, and we're going to bring it here. So everybody that's listening, please help me.
It's coming. I love that. I love that. So who then is the person or the people that should reach out to you guys? Who are you looking for to have a connection with, or who are you wanting to talk to?
I want to talk to strawberry vendors, people that love it as much as we do. A lot of makers and cookers and shakers and, things that are made out of different things. So vendors,
Crafters.
crafters, commercial vendors, and definitely, I'm looking for some good barbecue that's strawberry infused. I like to have some good.
I know some barbecue that's cherry infused.
Yeah.
Johnny B's, that's kind of their thing. They do a lot of cherry fruit, and all their sauces and their rubs have cherry fruit. But I don't know anyone that does strawberry, but I'm sure
we
there's
need to
someone
do
out
it.
there.
Yeah, we need to bring it.
And beers and wines.
What's that?
Beers and wines.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A lot of people were asking for that.
Strawberry
Strawberry
wine.
beer and stuff. Yeah.
There's a song
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, and we actually have. You might want to see that about the T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, well, with the Beatles, we were wanting to do a T-shirt that, can't be exactly their cover, but
Right.
the Abbey Road cover with Strawberry Fields Forever will be going through it.
I love it.
Yeah, we'll have you guys work.
I know someone who could maybe make that come to life
Yeah.
for you. Just let me know if you need their contact info.
Yeah, it's already in the works.
And then
Yeah,
Tom Petty is, what is it, Free Falling?
yeah, free falling with
So
strawberries
strawberries
falling
are
off
gonna
the shirt. Yeah,
Coming out
Yeah.
of the
Both
sky.
very
and-
creative ideas. Love
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, it sounds exciting. I'm looking forward to. I didn't get to go to this year's Strawberry Fest, but I definitely want to go next year. I love strawberries. My second oldest daughter, she's a strawberry fanatic. She loves them. So
Nice.
we bring strawberries in the house, and all of a sudden they're like gone the next day. We're like, where'd the strawberries go? Oh, Lydia got in the fridge. She ate them all. So
Well, we're looking for a strawberry mascot. That would be
Okay.
great for someone to have the strawberry outfit. Yeah,
Strawberry
that'd be
shortcake.
great. Yeah, strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, we blew through 100 cases of strawberries. And,
2.5 hours. Yeah.
wow, 100 cases.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my
and
goodness.
each case has 8 quarts. So if that gives you any.
So I have a funny story about strawberry picking. When I was a young man, I think probably 13 years old, 12 years old, there was a strawberry patch in Corona, Corin Strawberry Patch. I don't know if they're still there or not. But, my father raised me to work hard, to, be responsible and all these things. Well, I got my first opportunity to get a job at the strawberry patch picking strawberries. And of course, you show up and they have one rule. You can't throw strawberries at people. Well, I'm 12 years old, and so after about a day of picking, there was this lady there who she was just a crank. She was picking strawberries. She was older than all of us, and she was a machine. She could pick strawberries like nobody else, and she stayed bent over the whole day, and she never stood up and just went crazy. But she would yell at everybody. She didn't want anyone near her. Don't get within 10 feet of me. So she was kind of cranky. So me being the class clown that I am, I decided one day to start throwing some strawberries, to break the one rule. And so I remember I had the idea. I had some friends that was, hey, watch this. And I kind of look up. I look around to see if anyone's watching. And I chuck a strawberry and hit her right in the behind. Ooh. And she turns around and she's like, who threw that? And of course, we're all back to work. And I couldn't just be satisfied with one bullseye. I had to go for my second. Well, sure enough, I go to throw the second one, and I got caught. So they called me up to the front, and they said, you got to go home. So my very first job had to ride my bike home and tell my dad that I got fired, and he
Wow.
was not happy. So
Oh, no.
my first job in strawberry business, I got fired. So you may not want to have me do anything at the event. You know, I might be throwing strawberries, but I would love to come eat some things and take part of the event. So
Well, you could always pick one and eat one.
that's true. That's
Right.
well,
That
I
way
guess
you
that was
won't get
another.
in
We weren't
trouble.
supposed to eat any either, but yeah,
Or the pie eating contest.
Yes,
That'd
yeah.
be nice.
that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so now we kind of have this segment in our show that we introduced this year called 50 Questions. And since we have two guests, we're going to kind of go back and forth. And this is just a way for people to get to know you. So we'll just go through these kind of one at a time and see if we can unlock some mysteries about the darlings. Okay? So we'll start with Paulette.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
All right. How did you start your day today?
Shower.
That's a good way to start the day.
Yeah.
Curt, if you could spend the day with anyone in the world, who would that be?
Can it be somebody that already passed away?
It can be.
JFK.
JFK. And what would you do with JFK?
I'd probably try to take note of all of his, significant speeches that he gave.
Yeah. Yeah,
Pretty amazing.
for sure. Paulette, what is one thing that you would love to master?
Success.
We would all like to master that one. If you
Yeah.
figure it out, let me know.
Yeah, right.
Again, to Paulette, what is the biggest reason for the move from California? I know we talked about this a little bit, but what was the thing that ultimately decided to make the move?
Freedom. Feels free here.
I love that.
Yeah.
Curt, which one of you would win in a strawberry eating contest?
Wow.
Better answer this one right, Curt.
Yeah. I guess it'll be me.
That's a good answer, buddy. It'd make for a rough Valentine's Day / anniversary if you don't answer that one right.
Yeah.
Okay, Paulette, where were you born and raised?
Los Angeles, California.
Ooh, LA girl.
Yeah.
Curt, what is the biggest factor in having a successful event?
Making everybody happy. And sometimes that's not the easiest.
Stuff, yeah. Vendors and attendees. Curt,
Especially when they run out of strawberries.
yeah, that's kind of key to a strawberry festival.
Yeah.
Curt, did you go to college?
Yes, at Consumers College, I studied horticulture.
Okay, that's a good thing to study. Paulette, what have you done for the very first time recently?
I quit a job.
All right, quit a
I've
job.
never done that
First
before.
time. All right, first time for everything, right? Curt, in 10 years, what will you regret doing way too much of?
That's a real good question. Probably sleeping.
It's tough to get enough sleep. Just had your sleep study last night, so the doctor's going to tell you if too much sleep is a problem, right?
Right.
Paulette, if you could resurrect one person from history, we already know who Curt's would be, and place them in today's world, who would it be?
My grandma.
Grandma.
Yeah.
Curt, what is your favorite thing about Owasso?
The wildlife. I really enjoy the deer and birds and
Everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lots
Paulette?
of Bambis right now.
Lots of Bambis, yes, sir. Paulette, what's your perfect dessert?
Cheesecake.
Strawberry cheesecake?
Yeah,
Of
strawberry
course.
cheesecake.
All right, Curt. What is the strangest nickname you've ever been given?
Ooh. That's a hard one. I was always pretty big for my age, so most people were intimidated.
Called you Tiny?
Didn't really call me that, but probably Citrus.
Citrus. All right.
Changed the letters around in my name.
Oh, I got you. Okay, that makes sense. So, Curt, I hear you might know Santa Claus. If so, what is his favorite cookie?
Gingerbread.
Gingerbread cookies. Okay, noted. Paulette, what is a daily habit everyone should do?
Oh, brush your teeth.
All right, and I hear you know Mrs. Claus. What is her favorite cookie?
I do. Shortbread.
Okay.
Shortbread is her favorite.
So in case you haven't caught on, this is Mr. and Mrs. Claus.
Yes.
By night or by day. It just depends on what time your
Whenever
event
we're
is.
needed.
If you need a good Santa and Mrs. Claus, give them a call.
Definitely. Love the seniors.
All right, Paulette, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Ooh. Pat Benatar, Love is a Battlefield.
Ooh, that's a good one. We have to cue that up here in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, Curt, Lake Michigan sunsets or Pacific Ocean sunsets?
Probably Pacific Ocean,
Tough to compete with that.
only because I haven't really seen a off the lakes here.
Yeah.
I haven't been far enough north yet.
Got to go to Grand Haven, and watch a good sunset. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice.
It kind of looks like the ocean because you can't see the other side, but I'm sure it doesn't compare to the Pacific Ocean.
And when you're in a boat, it's the ocean
Yeah, for sure.
on a bad day.
Yeah. Okay, Paulette, who has been one of your favorite people you've met in Owasso so far?
You have.
Oh, well, thank you. I didn't pay her to say that either, so thank you for saying that, Paula. I've really enjoyed
Yeah.
getting to know you as well.
You have a lot of insight to a lot of different things.
Well, thank you. We
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
85% of statistics are made up on the spot, so you got to fact check what I'm telling you all the time because it might just be made up. So just messing with you.
Yeah.
Curt, what is your favorite sport?
Racing,
Ooh, like NASCAR racing,
all kinds, but I used to race go-karts at Laguna Seca and go 100 miles an hour, 1 inch off the ground.
Oh, that's crazy. I've
On a
seen
road
people that do
course.
that. That's crazy, dangerous. Life
fun.
on the edge. Have you been to the Owasso Speedway?
Not yet.
They only have like 6 weeks left, but they put on a good show out there. The new owners have invested a ton of money into it, and they're bringing in some much bigger, events. So you guys should get out there Saturday nights. It's really inexpensive, and they do a really good job with that. Paulette, what is your favorite way to spend a Sunday?
I like to kind of get in my groove. I like to, turn on the music and start cleaning or doing things that I didn't have time for all week. And I normally end up on the computer doing something that I'm thinking of as I'm cleaning the house. Did I do this? Did I do that? So just everything that I didn't get time to do the rest of the
catching
week. Yeah.
Curt, describe yourself as a kid.
Dennis.
Dennis the Menace? Did you have a Mr. Wilson in your life?
I sure did.
You did?
His name was Mr. Harp.
Mr. Harp. Mr. Harp, you're watching. We haven't forgot about you.
He's deceased. I think I drove
So
him
he's
crazy.
not watching. But he wasn't the person you said you would resurrect, so. Paulette, what did you love about school and what did you hate about school?
I loved English. And I hated math.
Yeah.
And
What
history,
advice, what advice would you give to your 16-year-old self?
Pay attention. Yeah, pay attention. Because history, math, I didn't pay the attention that I need to.
Yeah.
And now I'm catching up.
For sure.
You
Well, good thing we have Google now and we
Yeah.
have calculators and so.
Yeah.
All right, Curt, what is the first time that you truly felt successful?
Probably when we started our business up. I had the landscape business. I felt very successful in that.
Yeah.
But
It's fulfilled in doing something you love.
yeah,
Yeah. Paulette, what is a must-read book?
Ooh.
Curt wants to know the
I
answer to
know.
this one.
There's so many. Stephen Covey, I just think of 7 critical. I'm trying to think of the name of it.
7 Habits of Highly Effective
Yeah, that's
People.
it. Of
Stephen Covey,
highly
that's a
effective
great one.
people. Yeah.
Everybody
definitely.
should read that book.
I'm reading it again. I just,
It's a good one.
yeah.
If you want to get it's a long one,
Okay.
but if you want to get the abridged version, there's this app that I use called Headway. There's also one called Blinkist. And it has most books, it gives you like a 15 to 30 minute synopsis of the book from the author's perspective.
Wow.
So they'll go through each chapter. And so if you want to know, like, is this something I would want to read? Or if you want to just get the main points, because one of the things I have a hard time with most books is like usually the first 2 or 3 chapters are really, really good. And then it's like 7, 8 chapters of just fluff to fill the book
Right.
up. So what I like about this app is it gets through gets to the main point quickly.
Nice.
But yeah, that's a book everyone I think should read for sure. Okay, Curt, what is your favorite podcast?
in all fairness, I guess I really hadn't seen any until I seen yours.
So then we're automatically de facto number one.
Number one. But
Awesome.
I got paid in the elevator by Casey to say that.
Hey, that's all right. I'm good with it. As long as we're number one, you can't put a price tag on that.
And that was just joking with Casey.
I know. Paulette, if you were stranded on an island with only one album for the rest of your life you had to listen to, what would it be?
I'm a Pat Benatar fan. I just, yeah.
So what's her best album?
I don't think it's Love is Battlefield. I don't think that's the name of the album. It's but then Journey Escape is
Heartbreaker? Is that one of her
yeah,
albums?
Heartbreaker. Journey Escape too.
Okay.
I can lip sync all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not sing it, just lip sync
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Okay, Curt, what's worse, California traffic or Michigan potholes?
Definitely the traffic.
Yeah, I'm not a traffic guy.
Yeah, I hate it.
I lived in New York for 4 years, and I had at one point we lived at a place where my job was 7 miles from my house, but it took me like 30 to 45 minutes to get there every day. And I just lost my cool almost every single day. Like, I can't deal with traffic. It is not my thing.
Yeah, I almost lost my license there. DMV sent me a letter saying I was a hazard to the highway.
But the potholes are pretty rough, too. Potholes are pretty rough. All right, this one's also for you, Curt. A movie you could watch over and over again.
Titanic.
Paulette, if Hollywood made a movie about you, who would you like to see cast as you?
Julia Roberts.
Pretty
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
Okay, Curt, what is your dream classic car?
Actually, I have a lot, but I think I could settle for a 69 Corvette.
It's a good year. That's a good year. I'm a 72 Chevelle man.
Yeah.
I love the Chevelle. Someday.
And that's the only one that they came out with a 454.
Yeah, it sure is. The SS.
Yeah, the SS.
Yes, sir. I'm a big car show guy.
Me too.
So we'll have to go to a car show sometime.
Sounds good.
Okay, Paulette. What civic organization that you belong to means the most to you? I know you're a very involved gal.
Yeah.
You
The
get
Rotary.
involved. The Rotary.
I really enjoy the Rotary. They always have something good to bring and a lot of good things to do.
Okay. Check out Rotary. Casey's been going to Rotary.
Love
He
it.
really likes it.
Yeah.
Curt, what is your favorite quote?
It's a JFK quote,
I thought it might be.
but now you know what? I just lost my mind.
Well, if you think of it, come back. We'll come back to it. One of those,
thanks.
any of those JFK quotes are good. They're good ones. Okay, Paulette, favorite place you've ever been?
Indianapolis Speedway.
Ooh, that's a cool one.
Yeah. That was fun.
You went with Curt, I'm hoping, because
Yeah.
he loves
No.
racing.
It was Daytona.
Oh, it was Daytona.
Daytona was good, but no, we went to Indianapolis Speedway. Yes, we did. It was the historical one.
Okay.
Keep the cameras rolling. We're having a spousal
Where
disagreement.
did we
over-
go to Indianapolis? It was the
Wasn't that the Sprint Car Hall of Fame?
oh, that's what it was. I stand corrected.
Oh.
It was a Sprint
Scared
Car
me.
Hall
I
of
thought
Fame.
maybe you went with somebody else.
I'm
I didn't
sorry.
Get, I didn't get to
I'm
go.
sorry.
I wanted to go to.
You know, he has me involved in all this racing, and I actually had a really good time. And when I put you in that car for you to race for your birthday, that was pretty
Yeah, she
exciting.
put me in a sprint car.
Yeah.
40 lap. It was really
40
good.
laps?
40
Yeah.
laps.
Wow. I went to Vegas one time for a convention, and we did you can drive around a track in the exotic cars.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid expensive. My boss was kind of like telling us to go. I picked the cheapest car, which was still like $200, and it was the Audi A8.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking we're going to get to go around the track and really get on it. But literally, they take you around a couple times with somebody else driving,
Mm-hmm.
and then they let you drive like 2 laps, and you never really get to get on it at all. They just kind of let you. I'm like, $200 for this? I'm in the wrong business.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
But it was neat. It was neat. Okay, let's see. I lost my spot here. Curt.
NASCAR.
Yes.
Yeah.
Curt, you have one last meal. What are you eating?
That would have to be steak.
Steak. What kind of steak?
Prime rib.
I cook a mean prime rib every year Christmas. That's my
Really?
contribution to the family. I cook a prime rib, and
Oh, am I invited?
sure, come on over, man. We'll save some for you. It's
I
such
don't
a
want the scrap. I want the good
I
stuff.
think it's right in the middle.
Yeah, right.
Mid rare. Yes, I make my own au jus. It's a very stressful piece of meat to cook because it's so expensive. So if you
Right.
mess it up, it's, and I'm usually cooking for like 12, 15 people. So we got a huge roast, but I'd say 98% of the time it turns out really good. There was one year where I put too much rosemary and it kind of ruined it. But
It'll be even more stressful. You'll have 17 this
that's
year.
it, 17 people. You only get one piece though, Curt.
That's fine.
Okay, Paulette, what is success to you?
Good health and not worrying about finances. I think that's success.
Absolutely.
And putting up with me.
Learn how to do that every day, right? All right, Curt, what is the biggest thing that you miss about California?
Quite honestly, nothing.
All right. Paulette, what's a totally irrational fear that you have?
Besides failure, I would think.
That's not that irrational. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Irrational means something that a lot of other people don't fear.
Yeah, heights.
Heights.
Yeah, heights will, the big bridges and stuff. I just look up and make
Knees
sure
get
that-
weak.
Yeah,
Curt,
heights.
if you could have any job in the world, not the one you have now, what would it be?
Maybe the president of the United States.
Ooh, I'd vote for you. We need some good people in there.
Problem is, I probably wouldn't last very long. I'd be assassinated.
Too opinionated.
Oh no!
I thought you were going to say NASCAR driver.
Yeah,
but
I
the
was
president
like,
is pretty cool too.
I'm kind of scared of the president.
I had to throw everybody for a loop.
Okay.
All right, well, this question's for both of you.
Okay.
We're going to ask Paulette, what is Curt's love language? And then Curt, what is Paulette's love language?
5 love languages. I don't know, and I can't think of anything.
I can give you what they are.
Okay.
It's words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, receiving gifts, and quality time. Which one of those is his primary love language?
Oh, quality time.
Quality time?
Absolutely.
Is that right, Curt?
Yeah.
All right. What is Paulette's love language?
Run for your life.
Oh no!
Is that right, Paulette? Run for your life. I love it. All right.
Don't tell.
Oops.
Okay, Curt.
Slip of the tongue.
Curt, if you could broadcast a message to the entire world right now, what would it be?
Probably can't say it on the podcast.
It's okay. We won't make you say it then, but we know it would be really, really good. Paulette, what is your proudest achievement?
Besides being a mother, I won second place barbecue rib burn off at the Football Hall of Fame on the sauce, and it was
Really?
probably the best. I just felt like I was on top of the world.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, felt like I was on top of the world.
What's the secret in the sauce?
Well,
Strawberries?
no, no, it is infusion, but it's more of a mango infusion. But I'm not a vinegar baster. I'm more a tomato baster. So I'm not a vinegar. It's the sweetness of it. Yeah, it just that throws it off. It tastes like bad meat.
Second place. That's pretty. They have a big barbecue off there.
Yeah, well, it was at the fairgrounds then. Now it's downtown again for First Fridays down there in Canton. And my best friend still works there, Football Hall of Fame. He used to volunteer a lot, going and picking up the guys with gold jackets, like his family. I'm not a big football person, so I was like the best because I didn't even care. I just
were-
go
you were in
pick
it
them
for the
up. Yeah,
barbecue,
they were
yeah.
like, "You did what?
You were in it for
Did
the
you get his
barbecue.
autograph?" Yeah.
All right, Curt. What is something important that you've learned in life that could help other people be successful?
Never say can't. Can't's not a word.
I love it. You see the poster on behind my there. I say it at the end of every podcast. My mom used to beat it into me. You can't, never could until you tried. So
Yeah.
she would not let me say the words I can't. You got to try it and give it a real shot.
Nice.
Paulette, in your opinion, what sets successful people apart from unsuccessful people?
Determination. I mean, you just have to keep trying. I think unsuccessful people give up.
Quit.
Yeah, they quit, and I don't ever want to be a quitter.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, we've reached question number 50. Can you believe it? This one's for both of you. So whoever wants to go first can. With everything going on in your lives right now, what makes you most happy these days?
Paulette.
Oh, we gotta clip that one out. Put some sweet music to it. That was a moment right there. That was a moment.
It's the truth.
Very nice.
No pressure on me, huh?
Yeah.
No.
Now you got to be the one to answer right.
It took you that long to figure that one out?
Well, there's so many, honey. There's just so many.
Apparently, I'm not in that many.
You're not.
You know, with me, I work hard for other people, but I don't work hard for me. And I think for once in my life, my time is my own, and I can do what I need to do for us. And every day is just closer to the things that we want. It's just, I've never done it. I've never had that time. Never had the compassion. So you do play a big part.
Well, thank
You
you.
know, we moved here and everything feels good. Feels like if I'm going to do it, now's the time because we're in a good place. You know, mentally, physically. I think we're in a very good place.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Cue the music. What a sweet moment there. I love it. Danica, if you're watching, this is a couple goals right here. That's my wife, by the way. It's not my mistress.
Thought
That's
maybe
my
it was
wife.
a NASCAR driver or something.
Danica Patrick, yeah, same spelling. But well, awesome guys. Thank you so much for doing this
Thank you.
today, and I'm so excited about what you guys got going on. Glad to have you in Owasso, O-Town, and I haven't gotten to know Curt very well other than today. I know a lot of things about him now. I know we're gonna go to a car show together. We're gonna eat some strawberries, and I gotta be watching my back door on Christmas Day because Kurt's gonna show up with a fork and knife ready for some prime
How
rib.
about back in the bricks? Saturday. Sorry, excuse me.
Back to the bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be set up
know.
on Saturday on the 19th.
I love that event. We're actually going to a wedding.
Yeah.
Me and the boys have gone a few times. It's
We
awesome.
saw Hot Wheels and die casts. We've been part of the Hot Wheel Club
you
for a
do?
long time. Yeah. So
I
we
used
set
to
up at car shows.
I used to collect diecast, the 1/18 scale
Yeah.
models, and I had a ton of them. And so I had my own apartment, and so my apartment was all decorated in all these classic cars. And when I got married, we got a small apartment, and there was no place for them, so I had them in boxes for years. And we just kept moving them every time we moved. And my wife's like, why don't you just sell those? I'm like, I can't sell my diecast. And then we moved to New York, and I had to sell the diecast because we didn't want to haul them. And I've regretted it every day since. Not maybe every day, but
I can stock you up if you need them.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I need to come see it because
Yeah.
I'm a big classic car guy. I had some really, really cool ones, and they probably were worth some good money today, but I let them go for, I think I sold 100 1/18 scale diecasts, and most of them were still in the box. I think I sold the whole collection for like $500.
Really? Wow. That was a shame.
Yeah, but you live and learn. You live and learn. But and then Paulette, I've gotten to know you quite a bit. I appreciate your enthusiasm. I love it when people approach things with a can-do mentality. Sometimes when you live in a small town and raised in a small town, the people of that small town kind of just have a, just kind of a maybe apathetic opinion about it. But I love it when people come in and see all the possibilities. And so I appreciate the encouragement you've been, and
Thank you.
keep doing what you guys are doing. And again, I appreciate you guys taking your time today to come on the show. I know Curt had a sleep study last night, so he's probably ready for a nap after this. But before we go, I want one of you or both of you to look into that camera right there and plug whatever it is you want to plug. Tell our audience where they can find everything, how they can get a hold of you, and what to keep track of.
Oh, keep watching Eventz2U. Definitely follow us on our website, Events with a Z, number 2, and a U.
All right. Did she get it all, Curt?
She got it all. The only thing I can add to it is I want to change my birthplace to Owasso. So if there's anybody that can help me out with that, let me know.
All right. Get a hold of him if you can make that happen. All right, guys. Well, again, thank you so much for coming on the show today. And thank you for watching.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
As my mother always said, you can't and never could until you tried. So go out there and try something great, my friends, and don't take the easy way out. See you next time.